Hi everybody. I just wanted to come on and talk for a few minutes. I was going to film today when I went to Habitat for Humanity, but I had went grocery shopping and a couple of other things, paid some bills and stuff. I never even thought about I had to stop by there, so I had stuff in my car that I had to be quick, so I didn't get to videotape while I was there because I'd forgotten and went grocery shopping first. So I had my car loaded with stuff that would spoil if I didn't get home. Well, not loaded, but I had stuff in there that would spoil if I didn't get it home. So I'm going to try to go back up tomorrow. I let her know that I'd be there, so she's going to make sure that there's no music or anything going on in the building so I can record up there. But anyway, it just didn't turn out to be a really bright day today, I guess, especially for me. My mind has been leaving me here lately. And I guess everybody heard the news already that Miss Loretta Lynn passed away this morning, October the 4th, at her ranch at home at the age of 90 years old. And I'll tell you what, sadness poured over me because she was kind of like my grandmother. I mean, my grandmother and her were almost alike. And I grew up with Loretta Lynn. You know, I wake up a lot of mornings and Mom would be in there fixing us kids breakfast before we had to go to school, and she'd have Loretta Lynn on the radio. And that's how I grew to love Loretta Lynn and was growing up with her and waking up of morning, and that was the first voice you heard was Loretta Lynn on the radio. And my whole life I used to like to go around and sing her songs, even though they were like women liberation songs and stuff. I still like to sing them because I loved the tone of her voice and some of the things she said. And it took me a long time. Her song Fifth City, when I was, you know, very young, I didn't know what it meant. I just loved the song, you know, and it, you better move your feet if you don't want to eat a meal that's called Fifth City. Well, if you don't want to go to Fifth City, you better detour around my town. 'Cause I'll grab you by the hair of the head and I'll lift you off of the ground. I didn't know what that means. I was a kid. I just loved the words. I loved the tone of her voice, the accent in her voice, even though I didn't know what the songs meant. But then I spent the rest of my life singing her songs. And I didn't care whether anybody liked the idea of a guy singing Loretta Lynn songs or not. I did them anyway. Like, will you come to tell me something you say I ought to know? That he don't love me anymore and I'll have to let him go. And what was the other one? They say to have her hair done, Liz flies all the way to France. And Jackie's seen in a discotheque doing a brand new dance. Those were great songs, you know, and she sung with Conway Twitty, and they were just fantastic. And I'll spend the rest of my life singing her songs, you know. Coal Miner's Daughter, and Your Squaw is on the Warpath Tonight, Rated X. That song almost got her thrown off of radio stations. You know, back in the 70s, she went to Britain or something. She went somewhere to entertain part of the troops where I think it was British. They were in Britain or something. And she was just kind of getting started. I mean, she wasn't even a big star yet, but they took her anyway. And one of the newspaper writers had written that they thought she was trying to mimic Kitty Wells, trying to be a Kitty Wells. Just wrote some really bad stuff about her. Well, Loretta and whoever she's with, I think it was Bill Anderson and somebody else. Anyway, the second night that they went on stage, Loretta got up there and she said, is the writer who wrote that piece about me in the newspaper, is he here tonight? She said, if you are, meet me back in my dressing room. She says, because I'm going to whoop you all over Britain. It was hilarious. I mean, she said, I'm going to whip you all over Britain, all over London, wherever it was she was at that time. But I remember that as a kid. It was about it was in the 70s, I know that. It was cute. I like my little bird. I did get some bird statues today, but they're on a platform, and they're hand painted, and they have real wood sticks and stuff. They're just the flowers and stuff like that are polyrizing, whatever you call them. But the sticks and stuff on them are real. And on the bottom it has the name of each bird, where they're from, stuff like that. And I got 5 of those, and I got them for $1 a piece, and they're big, beautiful, beautiful statues. I mean, hand painted too, and they're just gorgeous. And they're going to be part of my sale thing. Anyway, just wanted to come on and say hi and let you guys know that I am still thinking about you, each and every one of you. It just almost killed me to hear that Miss Loretta had passed away. And because she was the first female. I hated country music back in the day. Loretta Lynn was the one that made me love country music. There wasn't anybody I liked at that time but Loretta, until Dolly Parton came along. And now it's Dolly and Loretta. And today's country music has just changed so much that I don't care for it anymore. But, you know, back in my 20s and stuff, I was rock and roll and heavy rock and all of that. Of course, I can't move to it or sing to it anymore, so I don't listen to it anymore. I hardly ever turn my radio on. I put a 1968 album that I have of Loretta Lynn on when I got home today in honor of her passing. It was a Christmas album, but it was still one of her albums, so I played it for a little while. But I'm sure gonna miss her. I mean, she lived a good, honest, hard life. She made the money for her whole family. Married at the age of 13, had 4 kids by the age of 18, and then turned around and became one of the world's best singers. Just crazy. She lived a good, long life, lived to be 90 years old. She lived a good life. And the best thing was, she passed in her sleep. She didn't suffer. She passed in her sleep. And I've got for Susie at Out West Homestead and Nona Grace, I got to get these mailed out tomorrow. And wait about 3 days, 2 to 3 days, and then watch your mail, because these are your Christmas cactus, and Thanksgiving cactus starts. So you don't want to let them lay in the mailbox. And I put them in baggies and splattered a little bit of water in there to just kind of help keep them fresh until they get there. And if you have any questions about them, just send me an email and I'll try to answer anything that you need to know. I'll see you guys later.